Good morning. Let us start the discussion on Juvenile Justice Bill. If we see every newspaper, they are particularly talking about one single provision of this. That is, considering a child as an adult if he is involved in a heinous crime and if he did that crime knowing the full consequences of that particular crime. So, in this context, what are the other provisions of this particular law? So, these we need to understand. If we carefully observe, the UPSC is trying to drift us away from the popular thing which we are discussing around and tries to connect something to the things which we generally overlook. So, that's what we are going to focus over here. So, I am taking this article from Indian Express and trying to discuss it over here. Now, a juvenile offender, as per the 2000 law, is one who is less than 18 years. There was a uniform definition. Now, this uniform definition was changed, and any person between 16 to 18 years involved with a heinous crime here is defined as any crime that can bring a sentence of 7 years of imprisonment, involved with a heinous crime, can be treated as an adult. For this, a juvenile justice board will be constituted, and this board has to take cognizance that, or has to approve that the child has committed this particular offense, knowing the full consequences, and he has a mindset akin to an adult. So then the particular person will be sent to children court, or to a sessions court, and will be tried as an adult. Now, the next part is the Child Welfare Committee. And in every district we have to constitute this Child Welfare Committee, and they will decide the future of children in need of care and protection. For example, there is an abandoned children. He will be given to this Child Welfare Committee. And this Child Welfare Committee consists of a chairman plus 4 members. Among these four members, one of the member will be a woman member. And children courts. So, generally a child is tried by a juvenile justice board. But however, if he has to be treated as an adult and if he is involved in a crime, a special courts will be constituted. These are called children's courts. These will be constituted under the Commission for the Protection of the Child Rights Act 2005 or special courts under the Protection of the Children from Sexual Offences Act, that is POSCO Act 2012. If the children courts are not available, he will be submitted to the session courts to try. And next is foster care. It means the foster care are the intermediary houses before a child is sent for a permanent adoption. So these foster houses will be nurtured and the child will be kept over there. And appeals. So anything on this particular justice of the juvenile justice board can be appealed in the children court or high court. And adoption. Previously there was no provision for inter-country adoption. Now we have a provision for inter-country adoption. If the child was not adopted within the 30 days, there was no domestic adoption is available for the 30 days. So this is an improvement over the last 2000 bill. And aftercare, previously the government has to give a continuous monetary support. Now the government will be giving one-time financial help for the aftercare. Let's come back to the penalties over here. Any child is abandoned or assaulted, a jail will be there for 3 years with 1 lakh of penalty. And if a person gives drugs or substances that are prohibited, then the punishment will be for 7 years. And if a person or if a child is made to involve with a militant activity or recruited into certain militant group, then a punishment of 7 years plus 5 lakh rupees of penalty can be imposed. And next is a corporal punishment. It means any beating of the child who is under the care, if it is for the first time, a fine of 10,000 rupees will be imposed. If it is a subsequent offence, he can be imprisoned for 3 months or fine or both. So, if the management is not allowing the access to the child or the person who is involved with this particular crime, so a 1 lakh rupees penalty and 3 years of imprisonment can be awarded to him. These are the provisions of the Juvenile Justice Bill. Now coming to the other article and argument, that is Supreme Court ruling window to challenge the new juvenile law. What this article talks about, the existing judgment, the law is violative of the rights of the children. India is a signatory of UN Convention on the Rights of the Children, UNCRC. So India is a signatory of UNCRC, which has defined the age of a child as 18 years. It is going to be a violative of this. But however, the law also provides for countries a flexibility to define their own age for the children. Now further to this, under various laws in India, the Muslim personal laws, Parsi personal laws, Hindu guardian and maintenance law, everywhere a child is defined as 18 years. So it means this law, contrary to this, it is making it 16 to 18 years. And also Article 14, it is violative of. What the author argues is, under equal protection of the law, we shall not be differentiating between the children who belong to the same age. So under this, Article 14 is violated. And Article 15 subclause 3, the state has to take up the protective measures but not punishment measures. And the Supreme Court already has declared that the Juvenile Justice Act and its objective has to be to reintegrate and reform the child, not retributive in purpose. From these perspectives, we can say that the Supreme Court will take this law for the review. So this is what is the argument about.